Hey friends, welcome back. Today in this video, we'll solve this trigonometric problem. And here it is 7 sin square theta plus 4 cos square theta that is equal to 5. Then we'll have to find the value of square root 3 sec theta plus tan theta that is divided by square root 2 cot theta minus square root 3 cos theta. And here also mentioned that the theta is in first quadrant. So let's start the video. So here in the questions we have sin square theta as well as cos square theta. So here we can convert this cos square theta into sin square theta or sin square theta into cos square theta. Here we will change cos square theta into sin square theta. We know the formula of sin square theta. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Cos square theta is equal to 1. So here from here we can calculate cos square theta will be 1 minus sin square theta. So we'll write it here. It is 7 sin square theta, 7 sin square theta plus 4 and multiplied by in place of cos square theta, we can write 1 minus sin square theta. So it is 1 minus sin square theta, and that's equal to 5. Now we'll solve it. It is 7 sin square theta, 7 sin square theta plus 4 into 1, 4 and minus 4 sin square theta, minus 4 sin square theta, and that is equal to 5. Now here 7 sin square theta and negative 4 sin square theta. So it is 3 sin square theta, means 3 sin square theta will be 5 minus 4, that will be 1. So the value of sin square theta will be 1 by 3. Now the value of sin theta will be, so it is sin theta will be 1 by square root 3. We have square root both the side. So the value of sin square theta will be plus minus. So it will be plus minus. So here theta is mentioned in the first quadrant. So we'll take the positive value only. So the value of sin theta we have calculated here is sin theta. Sin theta for the first quadrant will be 1 divided by square root 3. And we also know the value of sin theta is perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. So here perpendicular is 1 and hypotenuse will be square root 3. So here we have the value of, this is perpendicular, and this is hypotenuse. So perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. Now we'll calculate the value of base by the Pythagoras theorem. We know the Pythagoras theorem, that is base square will be hypotenuse square negative perpendicular square. So here the value of h here is square root 3. So square root 3 square minus perpendicular is 1. So 1 is square. So here square root and square value will be cancelled. So it is 3 and 1 square is 1 minus 1. So the value of base square is 2. So the value of base will be square root 2. So here for the first quadrant we can calculate the base will be plus 2. So here b is also square root 2. Now for further solutions we will erase this. Now in the next part we will calculate the value of this term, and here we will calculate sec theta, tan theta, cot theta and cos theta, and we know the formula of sec theta. Sec theta is hypotenuse divided by base, and now tan theta. Now it is tan theta, and the value of tan theta is perpendicular divided by base. Next is cot theta, and cot theta is opposite of tan theta. So we can calculate cot theta will be base divided by perpendicular. Base divided by perpendicular, and next is cos theta. So here cos theta, and cos theta is opposite of sec theta. So it will be base divided by hypotenuse. Now in the final part, we'll put the value of all the terms here. That is square root 3 and sec theta. Sec theta is hypotenuse divided by base. So here hypotenuse square root 3. So it is multiplied by square root 3 divided by base. So base here we have calculated square root 2. So it is square root 2 plus tan theta. Tan theta is perpendicular divided by base. So here perpendicular is 1 and base is square root 2. So 1 divided by square root 2, and that is divided by square root 2. So it is square root 2 multiplied by cot theta, and cot theta is base divided by perpendicular. So here base is square root 2 and perpendicular is 1. So square root 2 divided by 1 minus, it is square root 3 cos theta, square root 3 multiplied by cos theta, and cos theta is base divided by hypotenuse. So base here is square root 2, so it is square root 2 divided by hypotenuse is square root 3. Square root 3. Now we'll simplify it. We'll simplify it. Square root 3 and square root 3 will be 3 divided by square root 2, and it is plus 1 by square root 2, and that is divided by here square root 2 multiplied by square root 2. So it is 2 minus square root 3, and square root 3 will be cancelled, so it is square root 2. Now again we'll simplify it. It is, now we'll take square root 2 LCM. So square root 2 LCM, and it is 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 will be 4. So 4 divided by, and in the denominator we have 2 minus square root 2. Now here for the solutions, we'll multiply numerator and denominator by square root 2, square root 2. So now we'll write it here. It is 4 square root 2, and square root 2 and square root 2 will be 2, and whole divided by 2 minus square root 2. So here 2 to the 4. So we have 2 square root 2 and divided by 2 minus square root 2. And now for simplifying this, we'll multiply the numerator and denominator by conjugate value of this, means 2 plus square root 2. 2 plus square root 2, and that is divided by 2 plus square root 2. So in the numerator we'll have 2 square root 2 and multiplied by 2 plus square root 2. So that is divided by, here it is in the form of a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So we can write a square minus b square. So it is 2 square minus square root 2 square. So in the numerator we'll have 2 square root 2 in the bracket 2 plus square root 2, and in the denominator we'll have 2 square is 4 and square root 2 is square is 2. So it is 4 minus 2 is 2. So here 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So in the last we'll have square root 2 multiplied by 2 plus square root 2. So friends, this is the answer of these questions. Now from here also we can take square root 2 common. So if we'll take square root 2 common, it is square root 2 and square root 2 will be 2. So here it will be square root 2 plus 1. So these two are our answer of these questions. So by this method, we can calculate the value of this type of problem. So friend, how my video is, do not forget to leave your precious comment in the comment box and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video.